Hello everybody. It's a great pleasure to be with you today. Today we have lost forests which is equal to 10,000 football fields until this hour. Again today, 500,000 tons of plastics produced until this hour, and 91% of it will go to the land or the ocean. And also last night, around 690 million people went to bed hungry. Why I'm talking about it? Because there are so many challenges that we face in the business world and all over the world, but there are two big ones. The first one is about the climate, and the second one is about the social inequality. So that is one of the things as Yunilever we put very clear and simple purpose into the game. We said we want to make sustainable living a common place for everybody, to make the conditions or to support and create the conditions for everybody in the world to live well in natural limits of the planet. Now, why a business may step in this kind of initiative? Because when you look at the world, none of the institutions, none of the businesses are strong enough to do it alone. And we know that people, consumers, populations would like big companies to step in. So probably the figures that I may show now may give the reason behind that one. We are a big global company, yes, but the strength is coming from the reach. If you see on the table, if you look at the table, you can see that we can reach around 2.5 billion people a day as consumers in all over the world. So it's a big, strong muscle to reach and do something good for the life of the people and for the planet. In Israel, we have the similar kind of thing. As you see, we have around 1,800 employees with 4 factories, logistic systems, and all this infrastructure works with this purpose. So we put the sustainability into the heart of our purpose. And there are 3 big goals to talk about it. When you look at the first one is about improving people's health, confidence, and well-being. That's important because with your products, brands, and your reach, you can do it in the right way. Similarly, the second one is about the planet, improving the health of the planet. I will tell a few examples later. And the third one is contributing to a fairer and more socially inclusive world. First one, about improving the health of the planet. We have some big global commitments. One of them is net zero emissions by 2039. The second one is achieving a deforestation-free supply chain. What it means? It means whatever you supply as raw materials or packaging materials, it should not give no harm to forests. And that is the commitment, again, no deforestation through our supply chain by 2023. That's important because all these things need funds behind that one as well. That's why we put €1 billion fund behind the Climate and Nature Fund to create this output. Another point is about the people, as I said in the 3 big goals. Improving the people's, especially health, confidence, and well-being. For that, we are talking about doubling the number of the products, especially delivering the positive nutrition, and focusing on the plant-based meat or dairy alternatives. And also, we had another important one about ending the discrimination in beauty and champion the inclusion. That's important, especially in the world that we have so big social media impacts. Let me show you a small video to explain what I mean with this one, which is called positive beauty.
It's normal for girls to be weaker than boys. Normal for guys to be told how real men should behave. For children to die from preventable diseases. For forests to be cut down. It's normal to be told what beautiful looks like. But is it normal? We say no. We're removing the word from our products and advertising to help build a more inclusive vision of beauty. But that's not enough. We will enhance the lives of 1 billion people by taking action to improve health and well-being, champion inclusion, and fight for racial and gender equality. We will protect and regenerate 1.5 million hectares of land, forests, and oceans. Say no to normal. Say yes to positive beauty.
We invite all our partners, all our consumers to say yes to positive beauty. Because beauty is a definition in our minds. And sometimes we are creating that definition so pressurizing to the young people. That's why we are putting this global commitment to make the people be confident about themselves. Now, when you look for the fairer and more socially inclusive world, I may tell other commitments. Now we are putting another global commitment, saying by 2030, whoever works with us, as supplier, as partner, we would like to get them to the same level, to give their people, to their teams, the living wage in the right way. That's another big global commitment. Another one is, with the new business world changing so much, we would like to equip 10 million young people for new business models with essential skills of the future. That's another important point. And also we would like to put 2 billion euro to the suppliers, our partners, to working with us with minorities or underrepresented groups running or managing the businesses. So we would like to open that space to be more fairer and to be more socially inclusive. You may think that, okay, those are the commitments, how it goes on, because commitments need to show their results as well. That's why I would like to show a few things. For example, one of the commitments is about the plastics. As I told, plastic is a big issue. That's why we say that by 2050, there will be more plastics in the oceans than fish. So sometimes it seems like a joke, but that is the reality at the moment we are facing. That's why we need to be serious with our actions. That is the reason, as business, we are stepping in to do something for this future. And that's one of the, again, commitments. We would like to go 50% reduction in virgin plastic usage and also 100% recyclable plastic for all our operations. Launches like Hellman, like Dow Body Wash, like LBP. So those are the steps we are going in the right direction for the 2025 target. Currently, 86% of our products are recyclable ready. So that is the results. When you put the vision, you start to go with your results as well. Currently, from 2016 on, all factories in the world, including Israel, have the renewable electricity from the grid, either through the certifications or through the panels that they have in their own operations. We have the other figures about the zero waste landfilling factories all over the world. We don't send waste to be landfilled out of our factories. On the other side, I may say that from the sustainability point of view again, 82% of our raw materials are coming from the sustainable resources. And sustainable sources creates the positive contribution for our commitment about the deforestation. For example, when you look at Telma, we are working on Telma from 2012 on to decrease the sugar, and we have the highest portfolio at the moment with no red label, with that one. And also, we are encouraging and working with the campaigns to make the families have an active life. So that's an important step, again, to make the people on the well-being and health side putting the right steps in. On DAO, I talk about the possibility. For around 14 years now in the world, we are running this self-confidence DAO esteem program. On the other side, again, for the inclusive world, we have other options or other initiatives we do. For example, Shopo, as most of you know, is one of these steps because we are creating the right infrastructure, help, support for smaller size operations to compete in this new world of e-commerce. So that is again giving the fairness or fair conditions to everybody to have an inclusive world. That is another step on that side. Similarly, last year we started promoting the disabilities agenda by Telma, again for that inclusive world. So those are the initiatives. You may ask that, yeah, that's good for a business, but at the end, you can see the results from our actual results. If you look at the growth, yes, we get more growth through sustainable and purposeful brands. As you see over here, if a brand has a purpose, it grew 69% faster. This is Yunilever World results. And also, from 2008 on, we created 600 million saving through less waste, putting the inefficiencies out through the wastes and through the material usages. And also, 65% of our energy currently comes from the renewable sources without creating the unnecessary outputs of the carbon dioxide emissions or the carbon footprint. So that's less risk for us. We need to give hand to hand. Governments, institutions, business, consumers, partners, all we need to work together because none of us is big enough to solve and to fix these issues. That's why we need to collaborate for the change. We need to collaborate for a better future. We need to collaborate for the future of the planet and for the goodness of the people without leaving anybody behind. Thank you very much for listening.